Instead of him to resolve it, he started telling us all that things about my ex, telling him how it's bad, how it's this, how it's that. I was like, between me, that's not the reason I think but it's not like I don't started to only talk to him. It's really because they don't need some time everything.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Still feeling very happy. I hope you are too. And I'm excited for today. Please let me know if you can hear me. Let me know somehow. Unmute yourself. Say hi. Say yes. Let me know if you can hear me.
We can hear and see you.
All right. Thank you. All right. So welcome to Agile Disciples. We're a coaching partnership. I'm going to start our conversation today. We're glad you're here today. At Agile Disciples, if you do not already know us, we are here to empower and develop our communities through various events and outreaches, pop-up events just like this. And our mission is really to create knowledge and to close the opportunity divide that might exist through coaching, skills development, and that's really what we're here to do today again. We have a very rich lineup of coaches that have formed the partnership. These are the coaches. We have 9 coaches here present today. And our hope is that you get familiar with us and connect with us at one point or another to gain some knowledge and some skills in different areas. And just tell us, hey, we want more of this kind of content from you. We are very open to feedback. We couldn't do this for about 4 years now without this amazing set of people. These are mentors. I ask people, before you speak to me, I want to know who your mentor is. So these are our mentors who have poured into us and continue to pour into us. Coach Anu Gopal, Bob Galen, Kemi Raji, and Coach Femi Adelasi. If you come by them on the streets of LinkedIn or you meet them in person, please tell them that we're so grateful for them. Now, we're here for today. I'm going to pass the ball on to Dr. Anna, who is going to be co-hosting with me today. So Dr. Anna, you want to go ahead?
Yes. So good evening, good morning, depending on where you're connecting from, and it's so good to have you here for this. What is your superpower? So we're going to just talk a little bit about this and do.
You went on mute, Anna.
Yeah, the host muted me. That's what it's telling me from here. Okay.
Okay.
So we're just going to do a very quick game. And what we are going to do is just to test your knowledge a little bit about what you know about on cybersecurity. So what is your superpower? And we're going to look at 5 different types of superpower. Okay. So the first one will be the malware fighter. What is this? So what is stopping you? This defends viruses and harmful software, right? Would you be the malware fighter? Is this what is stopping all the virus that is coming your way before they destroy your system? Is this something that you will like to be? A good example is imagine someone opens a shady attachment and bam, all of a sudden everything just stops working, or it hits your inbox and all your data that has been saved, everything just disappears. And then you come in there as the malware fighter that just defends that issue that comes in to stop it. And then you are like the silent hero that stops that thing that just comes in. So you stop it before it even hits anything, okay? The second one is the privacy guards, and this one protects any personal data and secrets. So imagine yourself that maybe You are that privacy guard. You are the shield between the personal data and the outside world. Okay. And a good example is you're the one making sure that no one is picking at any sensitive data. Like if you all our phones, our laptops, everything, we're always doing different things with them. I'm sure most of us here have apps in our laptops or even phones, bank details that we're always doing. So imagine that you have all those sensitive things, and then this privacy guard is there to make sure that no one is picking at all this your sensitive infos, or your bank details, or your health records, even anything, all your search histories. So privacy guard just protects that. Okay. And then the third one we're going to look at is the phishing catcher. So this one stops online scams and tricks. And imagine that with this superpower, you are that gift, right? That is spotting scam. So as soon as anything scam related, you quickly stopped it. So you're always 2 steps ahead of any fake test, any fake email, any sketchy links, any shady things that comes into your phones or comes into your laptops. And then this cyber superpower just quickly stops it. Okay. So you see anything like click here or for anything, and then boom, you just stop it. And you'll be like, oh no, not here, devil. Okay, so those are the three. And Chichi, can you go on and talk about the others? You're speaking on mute.
Yeah, that's something that's in trend right now. Okay, so we're asking you to wear this hat, right? And we're gonna go in the chats to share. You're gonna share who you think you might be, because this is really related to what we're doing today. Right, I'm looking here because you guys are here on my screen, so I'm sorry if I'm looking and the camera is here. So Dr. Anna said, okay, imagine yourself, your superpower is the malware fighter or the privacy guard or the phishing catcher. You could also be a security monitor. You're the one who notices at 2 a.m. someone comes or knocks at your door, and then you're like, huh, I got you. Like, you are that person who's always monitoring, like you're that camera outside your house, monitoring, looking for any movements or any odd motion. Or you can be the compliance checker. You're the one who's reminding everyone, did you update your password? Did you lock the door? Did you make sure the front door was locked? That's a compliance checker. So out of these 5 areas, or these 5 superpowers that we've laid out here, step into those roles, imagine yourself there, and tell us which one you'd probably be or you probably have. Which superpower out of this 5? I mean, you can talk about it if you want to.
You can unmute yourself and just tell us which one resonates with you. You can put it in the chat. Okay. Okay, we see compliance checker. That's good. And you can unmute yourself and maybe even tell us, oh, why does this resonate with you? Why do you think you like that one? Okay, we see another one, security monitor.
Security monitor. I think I like security monitor for some reason, because I don't know. First of all, I'm that person that I'm very security conscious. I'm like, okay, what's going on around me? If I see something, even if it's a fly, I'm like, I caught you. So I'm that unusual, movement. And
I like privacy guard because there's just so much going on.
Why? Are you a data person, or what?
I feel that we have a lot of data. We have so much data. So that's why I just like it, because I don't want all my personal stuff out there. So I want something that can protect all my personal data. And I'm always online, like I have a very heavy online presence. So I really need something that can help me to protect that online presence, like all my accounts that I have. If I'm logging into any hospital app or logging into shopping app or even a bank app or something, I just want something that's protected for me. So that's a big one for me.
And I think that's where we also align, because if you like protecting your data, I'm that frontline person that will make sure that, hey, if there's anything happening to your data, anything unusual, I'm the one alerting people and saying, hey, Anna's account might be hacked, or something's going on Anna's account. let's protect her data, something off is going on. So I'm that first line of defense before it gets to you. So yeah, so everything really aligns. I see that. But let's look at the chat and see what's going on.
Yeah, from the chat, I see that a lot of people seem to align more with compliance checker. Compliance checker is winning. So we have more compliance checker followed by security monitor. More people seem to like that one. So those
Okay,
two are
Tutu
actually
said you are the
winning here.
law. Yep.
Yes.
The compliance, right? Yes,
Yes,
okay.
yes. The compliance checker is winning. And maybe someone can unmute themselves and tell us why they seem to like that superpower.
Yes, please. I'd like to hear. Anyone? Hello. Knock knock. This cannot be a quiet conversation.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, let's I see someone says which of the superpower is not code related? That's a fantastic question, and that's what we're here to tell you more about. Before we go on today, Tutu, you have your hand raised. Please go ahead.
Yes, Tutu wants to tell us something.
Yeah, just to respond to your question, I
Mhm.
think the reason why I chose the compliance checker because it says advices and rules and best practices. And as a scrum master, as a coach, I find myself having to tell people best practices about stuff. So they kind of like fits the model of who I am already. And
Okay.
I'm curious about all other ones, but yeah, that's why I went for that. Thank
That's
you.
good.
That's
Thank you for
awesome.
sharing. And we also
Thanks,
have Paul.
too.
So we'll take Paul Olumide and then we can move on.
Sure.
Hi,
Okay.
can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes, we can hear
So
you.
yeah, I'm not on the compliance checker team. I'm on the phishing check catcher.
Okay, that's good.
So why I chose that cyber superpower is that in the past I've been scammed online, and ever since then I've been super vigilant about what links I've clicked on, whether sites I visit have the HTTPS and other two-factor authentication on my account. So, and I advise all that about online scams and the likelihood of getting scammed online. So that's the superpower I would pick.
Man, if I were you, I'll choose that 2 times.
I agree.
Yeah, after that experience. Thanks for
Yeah, thank you for
sharing.
sharing. Okay, Olumide, and then we'll move on. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I chose security monitor because security monitor I think stands in between your devices and the network, because before you can get connected either through your phone or your computer, you have to be connected to a network, and I think security monitor
Mhm.
like work in that, how you are connected, where you are connected to, and different alerts if anything is happening through the network.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And thanks for your contribution. So we'll move on to our next thing on the agenda. Well, let's just set some expectations. We're going to move into the segment with Dr. Precious Oshidako. However, while he's speaking, I'd want us to put in your questions in the chat. Dr. Annie and I are going to be monitoring the chat. We're going to gather the questions till at the end of the conversation. So I want to make sure you stay tuned and stay till the end. And we also have more information to share. Tutu, you had something?
And just to add to what Chichi is also just said, if you are not able to put it in the chat, you can just scribble it down, maybe on the paper or your phone or anywhere, but just write it down because we'll take questions at the end of the section.
Right. And we also have a great offer afterwards. So Tutu had her hands raised. Want to make sure I have her question answered.
No, I think she raised it up earlier for the compliance check, and she already spoke
Yeah,
about
that
it.
was before, sorry.
Okay,
I've
okay. All right. So now that we have that taken care of, everyone, we are in for a real treat today. Our guest is someone who wears many hats. Like I'm sure some of you already know him. And he's a global voice in youth empowerment. He's the visionary behind Areta Zale. I hope I'm correcting it pronouncing it very well. Consulting, and is also he provides free training and resources to equip young people for modern day opportunity. When I say free, that might be contextual, but yes, he's spoken at over 100 institutions worldwide and shaped minds across the continent, and currently serves as a vice president of a Fortune 100 company where his leadership spans across tech, cyber, and operational risk. With his doctorate degree in information systems and enterprise resource management and a passion for thought leadership, he is the powerhouse behind the Not Too Old movement, challenging people to show up, step up, level up, no matter your season in life. So, everyone, help me welcome Dr. Precious Oshidako. Drum roll.
Thank you. Thank you,
All
Dr.
right.
Chichi. Thank you, Dr. Ann.
I'm gonna
Thank
stop.
you.
Sir.
Yeah.
Am I on mute?
No, you're
No.
not. I just stopped sharing.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yes.
Thank
So the
you.
floor
all
is
here
all
tonight.
yours.
Thanks. And thank you everybody for taking our time this evening, Saturday evening. Wow. I'm going to share my screen. This is going to be, it says sharing is not turned on. Host, please, can I have access to be able to share my screen? I'm not able to share. Okay, I can. I think I can share now. 1, 2, go. Yeah. Cybersecurity. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, we see your screen.
Yeah. Cybersecurity is so important in this day and age. I'm glad to be talking to you about it. One of the universities in Nigeria over the week was in discussion with me about helping them establish their cybersecurity faculty. They have a computer science department, but they don't have a cyber. They don't have for cyber. So it tells you how this thing is really growing global, even though you find most people learning about it after coming to the US. Now we want to go home and start teaching people right from school. So Aritzale, that's my consulting firm. We do empowerment training. We do free trainings for Africans living in Africa. It's the beginners cybersecurity program that we run in partnership with ISC Square. That's a governing body for cybersecurity in the US. So we do a lot of free training for thousands and thousands of Africans living in Africa. So Dr. Chichi has already gone through my profile. Then this is the website. These are some of the other courses that we train: account payable, account receivable, IT auditing, and stuff like that. Then I don't know if you have been able to watch this interview I had on YouTube. Now, I think we have about 151,000 views right now. It tells the story of career transitioning, the pain around it, sometimes the discouragements, but the willing and passionate desire to keep advancing no matter what is in front of you. The strategies that you can use, especially if you're over 40 And it's a bit difficult learning new concepts. When you're reading, you find out that maybe you're falling asleep or you're tired or you lose motivation. I think you should check this out on YouTube. I'll go to the next slide. Let me even do this. Yeah. So my question is, why cybersecurity? Can you still see my screen, everybody?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
My question is, why cybersecurity? Why cybersecurity? I asked 3 times. I said, okay, why not information security? Why not be an IT auditor? Okay, why not be a risk and control analyst? Just my thoughts. Why do you want cybersecurity? And I'm going to give you the answer why you want it. I have here on the screen cybersecurity versus information security. And I said, the cyber focuses on protecting digital system, network, and data from attack coming through the internet or other network environment. Information security is broader. It protects all types of information, digital, paper, from unauthorized access. Let's go to the next slide. Purpose. I say here that your main purpose for career change is to help companies to mitigate risk, right? That's the purpose. When Dr. Chichi was sharing earlier, it was trying to ask you, okay, which aspect do you want to be? Because the main purpose is, can we help you? Can we help companies to protect their data, to protect their confidential information, to protect their processes? We protect risk. So I wrote here, let's understand the structure of how they prevent risk. Then you can find your place in the structure and you can find the career that suits you, right? Because if I want to change my career and I'm saying cyber, what aspect of cyber? Okay, what if I see a job as a risk and compliance analyst? Does that mean if I'm a cybersecurity person, I cannot do that? Do I have to go and take another course on this? So let me share something with you. And for this one, we're going to I'm going to act like I'm in class with you, right? And so you're going to encourage me to also participate. Look at the orange big box and look at the green one and look at the yellow one. Basically, most of the big corporations in the US, Canada, UK, this is how they are structured to prevent risk. They call it lines of defense. They have what is called the first line of defense. They have what is called the second line of defense. They have what is called the last line of defense. If you break through the first line, the second line will catch you. If you break through the second line, the third line will catch you. If you break through the third line, we're done. So, for example, if you work with Bank of America, maybe you're in the front desk or you are the one that help people with their debit card, credit card when they come and register, or you're the one that pay money to people, or front desk, you are in the accounting department, you are in the finance department, you are working in what is called the first line. You're working in what is called the first line of business. You're working in what is called the first line of business. These line of business are the ones that they deal with customers. They have rules and regulation to protect their various lines. For example, if a customer comes to withdraw money, he must bring his identification card, like driver's license, and bring his debit card, right? He must bring both. It's a normal protocol for security reasons that they must bring. And the guy in front desk will identify them. These are structures put in place in that line of business to prevent risk. So in the various in first line, they put various, let me use the word, they call it control. Control. In the office, you will hear the word control like 300 times a day. So let's get used to it. Control. Some of you are IT related people, you do IT stuff, so you know what I'm talking about. My first time in IT, when I was hearing control, I kept wondering, control, who is controlling? You mean control? Control how? Control means it's anything you put in place to prevent risk, like your door, the door to the house, like the password on your phone, like the password on your laptop, like instructing your children, don't open the fridge to take ice cream. You see, that instruction, if you document it, it is a control. Oh, always turn on the security before we go to bed. You are putting controls in place to prevent risk, to detect risk. So, in the first line of business, they put a lot of controls in place. But what's the use of putting controls in place if you don't constantly check those controls, whether they are functioning as designed? If you say people should be swiping their card to get into the office building, don't you want to watch the camera sometimes to see whether they are actually swiping their card? Don't you want to check the log to make sure that everybody that comes in actually swipes their card? So control must be tested when you put it in place. So this first line of defense went to hire, they'll go and hire these security people. I'll open them up to you. You're going to see them. They go and hire these guys, information security analyst, cybersecurity analyst, risk and compliance analyst, control tester, independent validation control tester, operational risk and compliance analyst. They bring all these guys and they can call them any name. I mean, you can see the different names, but their major role, their primary responsibility, their number one responsibility is to test the controls that have been put in place. Hold that in your hand. Please don't forget. The primary responsibility is to test the control that is put in place. So they hire them in first line. So Bank of America hires you as an information security analyst, and they put you in first line. Or you're a cybersecurity analyst, they put you. You are testing the controls they put in place in various areas. Maybe they have a particular application and they are saying, oh, this application, if anybody is going to be onboarded on this application, they must use complex password. Please help us check if this application is configured so that we can use complex password. So it's not just four character and everybody can sign in. So they bring in these analysts. What is test? We're going to get there, just chill a bit. So they bring them in to test this control. They want to test it, they want to test it, they want to test it. But we have this second group, second line of defense, these green guys. They don't want to say, we trust the first line of defense to do their job. So Bank of America goes to get these green guys in the green section. He called them second line of defense. And he says, I'm going to unveil them. I'm going to unveil them. 1, 2, go. They also call them information security analysts, cybersecurity analysts, risk and compliance analysts. But they are in the second line of defense. Do they sit down in the same office as the first line? No. Do they talk as friends? No. Are they partners? No. Are they supposed to be friends? No. What do they do? The role of second line, they say they give oversight over the first line. They are like the elder brother that says, did you test it well? Can I see what you tested? First time we say, we tested it. I mean, the control is good. The door, they lock it very well. Can we check? The first line will be like, we said we tested it. Second line will be, we want to check it. So first line and second line, most of the time, they're not friends. But second line is the elder brother that says, did you do it? Then we have, any question? Are you enjoying this?
Yeah, we just have one question here, but do you want to save it to the end?
Which one? What was the question? Oh,
what?
I just want to first of all find that no, they're following. Everywhere is silence. Is everybody following?
Thinking they're listening.
Yeah, can you unmute for just 3 seconds and just say something?
Yes, we're listening. I'm listening.
Yes,
we did.
Yes,
Doc,
we're listening.
We're listening.
Okay. So we have the last group. This last group is not friends with anybody. They are the third line of defense. Don't forget, if you break through them, the organization is gone. This last group, I'm going to unveil them. They are the IT auditors. They say they are in the third line. They are the ones that will look at the controller and say, first line, did you say you tested this? They say, we tested it. Second line, did you say you checked this? You checked it and you didn't find this? You didn't find that they didn't test it properly? Third line of defense. They don't call them analysts. They call them IT auditors. They are the ones they call auditors. What do? They also test control. But they don't call them control tester in security analysis, just to depict that they are in the third line. When regulators come from government, they are the ones that will face regulators on behalf of the company. They are the ones that will report to the board. They are the third line. My people, tell me, which line would you like to be? Don't forget they all test control, but I've told you the dynamics and the interrelationship between the three. Which one would you like to be? If you can drop a comment, or which line would you like to be? I'm checking the comment now to see. Third line, second line. Where is my money? Where is the money? I like that. First line. The interesting thing is the startup salary for each one of them is the same. They start you with about 95,000 a year, but it can go as high as 120, 130, 140,000, depending on your experience and how you speak during the interview. Let me quickly take you to the next page. I want to show you This control that we say they test, they test, they test. I want to show you this control. Why am I showing you this? I want to give you a glimpse of the office, a glimpse of what you will do. For example, this is a control. Let's look at this number one. I want to make it bigger for you. Oh, too big. Can you see this number one? This one.
Yes.
It says annually. The VP operations in the cybersecurity team reviews and updates the operational manual to ensure that it is constantly updated and show trending risk to prevent the bank from falling victim. The manual is stored in Team SharePoint. Okay. Calm down. Sometimes when we read these control statements, this is a control. They seem so long. And if it's been a while that you read, as you are reading, by the time you are getting to the middle, you would have forgotten what you started reading with, then you go back again. Then by the time you're getting to the end, you're like, what are they really saying? Did it happen to any of you? I'm telling you this based on the challenges I faced in learning these concepts. So if this is a control, they're saying that every year there is this guy, the VP in the cybersecurity team. He will review and update the operational manual. They have an operational manual. He wants to ensure that it is constantly updated so that all the new risk in the society are documented. This is to prevent the bank from falling victim. Then it tells us where the manual is kept. That's the general thing that is saying. Now, if I, as an IT security person, or a cyber security person, or an IT auditor, if I want to test this control, there are strategies to test it. Let me show you. You will know this so fast. The first thing is I want to know who is performing this control. What is the person doing? Why is the person doing it? Sometimes how, I want to also know how. Where do they keep the record? I want to be able to answer all these questions. So if we all together, if we look at these statements, oh, there's one that I missed. When? I missed when. Okay, let's look at it. When does this happen? It says annually. I write it down. Who does it? It says the VP operation. Who? The VP operation. Oh, what happened? Sorry, let me stop sharing so I can fix this. Are you following me? I'm just trying to fix how to
Yes.
yeah. I'm gonna pull it back up. Okay, I'm taking off all my monitors. Okay. I think I'm back now. I'm going to share again. Please let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's up for my hand.
Yeah.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Good. So the VP operation, what does it do? It's there. It reviews and updates the operation manual to ensure. Why does it do it? To ensure that it is constantly checked. Now, where is the manual stored? The manual is stored. What I'm trying to tell you is we look at a control and we want to test if they are following it. It is so easy. Anybody can do it. Look at this column. When? Annually. Who does it? The VP operation. So what I'm just going to do is, when annually, I want you to show me the evidence that you do this annually. Show me a document. Show me this document. I want to see the last time it was signed. Show me that it is the VP operation that did it. Show me, of course, the control has Y. Show me where it is stored. So these are some of the things that an analyst, an information security analyst does. A cybersecurity analyst, they test control. An IT auditor, they test control. Let me take you back to our main slide for this. So we can now see that whether you're a cybersecurity analyst, you're an information security analyst, you're basically testing control, all kinds of control. I only showed you the principles to test a control. You can make every control you test go with that principle. Let me go to the next slide. Cybersecurity in particular have what is called the blue team and the red team. So sometimes you want to pick one. Am I going for the blue team? Am I going for the red team? Let's see what it entails. If you are in the blue team, you can apply for roles like information security analyst that we just talked about, or cybersecurity analyst. We just talked about it. They test control. Incident responder. They investigate security breaches. Or security consultant. You can be a governance, risk, and compliance specialist. You are looking at the policy. You know, when the organization wants to put any control, they have to put in a policy why that control is important and how that control should be executed. It's in their policy. So I can be the one either writing the policy, reviewing the policy, updating the policy in the GRC. I can be a cloud security specialist. I can be there looking at their identity and access management process. I can even be a trainer. I'm teaching employees maybe how to test control, how to catch an email that is malicious, stuff like that. Now we have the red team. I'm rounding up. We have the red team, security engineer, penetration tester, threat and intelligence analyst, security architect, application security engineer, cryptographer, vulnerability manager. Most times, the people that are excited to do this kind of thing are the ones that maybe they studied computer in school. Maybe they're already they've been in IT for years. The blue team is somehow boring to them. Blue team is for the analytical thinkers. maybe somebody studied law in school, philosophy, business admin. They are able to analyze because your analytical skill is needed so much in the blue team. For people that are more technically inclined, you like coding, all those mathematics thing, you can function better in the red team. So I said, how about information security? I can as well put this as information security analyst versus cybersecurity analyst versus IT auditor versus all what I told you, right? These are all the similarities in the role. So I don't know your thoughts right now. Somebody asked, what tool does the blue team use? The blue team doesn't really use tool. It's analytical. They are the ones that they review reports. For example, maybe the red team pulls a list of all the vulnerabilities from a particular system, maybe CrowdStrike, one of those tools. They go into it, they pull it out. Mine is to just review it. Which ones are critical? Which ones are high? Which ones are medium? And it's like an Excel spreadsheet. Just look at it. The blue team does not really use any tool apart from maybe ServiceNow, repository tools, right? Yeah. For that, so I think I'm winding up here. I'll talk about my upcoming class, which starts May 10th. I was supposed to start last week. I held on because of this particular meeting. So this is it. Starts May 10th. In one go, in 6 weeks, you can have the skills to be an IT auditor and information security and cybersecurity, because all these things are interrelated. They are not like a one-man standing gang. They are all interconnected. So, and you have the fee right there. This discount is especially for those that attended this class. I will leave Dr. Ann and Dr. Chichi to talk more about that. Thank you for your time. Any question?
Hi.
Thank you so much, Dr. Precious. We really appreciate this. I'm going to start reading the questions in the chat now. We do have a lot of questions. So one question here says that what kind of tools are most useful for the blue team to know to function in these roles?
Just your soft skill tools. Excel, PowerPoint, Word. You don't really need any security tool for it, at least to get into the career.
Okay. And then another question says, can the blue team be referred to as the defensive arm and red team the offensive arm?
Yeah, sometimes some people call them those names. Yeah.
Okay, good. And then the last question here says, what is the job description of an IT technical control lead?
An IT technical control lead. You see, all these names that you see that companies just throw around, it just is the same as an IT security analyst, an IT control tester. He's a technical control lead. That means he's looking at controls that are technical, like password settings. They are still controls. And he's leading the team. Maybe it's a team of 4 or 5. He's just leading the team. The job entails, first of all, knowing how to test control, being able to teach people how to test control, because you're going to be able to teach your team. I just gave you a 15-minute sample of how to test control. However, for my course, we go into like 4-hour class on testing control, reading a control and even seeing whether they wrote the control properly, appropriately. Does the control align with the risk you are trying to prevent? Yeah, so Those are things you learn in class.
Okay. So there are some questions around the class, but I think we'll take that last. This question says that what certification is needed for a GRC or cybersecurity role?
Certification. To get in, you don't need to start with a certification, right? However, maybe while you're taking the class and you're also doing interviews, you can take your CISA certification. CISA is basic, which I tell people that you take it. It helps you to talk during your interviews. It helps you to talk with examples, and it increases your knowledge. So start with the Certified Information Systems Auditor. Yeah.
Okay. So there's a question here that is talking about, I don't know if Omar can unmute and speak more on this, which of the superpower is not code related? Are you trying to ask which of these roles, especially maybe like the ones in the blue team, is not code related? Is that what you're asking? And another question says, why is it that the second line are in the first?
They are in the first.
Yes.
Yeah, because you saw information security analyst in first line, right? And you also saw information security analyst in second line. These are just names that companies call themselves. I didn't realize it until one day we sat down in my team. They were calling us, they called us control testers. So everybody in my team came up and said, like, don't like that name. Doesn't look nice on our LinkedIn, control tester. So my boss said, what do you want to be calling yourself? Information security analysts. Says, okay, she will go to our own boss to decide. Then she went to our own boss and they called us independent validation and testing, independent validation control testers. Everybody became very irritated. Independent bots. So I'm trying to tell you how they just sit down and come up with this name, and they try to look for the one that looks like techie.
Okay.
It's not about the name, it's about the job.
Right. So it's just all the name.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So we have this question that says CISA, that's CISA versus CISM versus CRISC versus CGRC. Which would you recommend?
All, but start with CISA.
Okay. Okay. So I think I've gone through all the questions here.
There was one question though.
Okay.
It says, is the line of defense based on progression?
No. They are very, for example, I enjoy second line of defense. I don't do first. I don't like third. I just enjoy second. So it's not like, oh, you start with first. No. They are all top-notch professionals. You can decide to be in first line all your life and not have any interest in second or third line.
Okay. Is CompTIA Security Plus a certification good to have as well?
Yeah, I mean, if Red Team is your goal, then CompTIA is one of the certifications that you focus on. If Red Team is your goal. Don't forget, this conversation was not around Red Team at all.
Right. How does ISC2 certification come into career in cybersecurity?
All these certifications just makes you better, just makes you know it more. Just for knowledge, especially if you want to now move from an information security analyst, you want to be a manager, you want to be a director, then you just try to get all those things.
And do we need to be good in Linux to excel in cybersecurity?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. Okay, cool. And
What you need,
Yeah, go on.
What you need to be good in, which I will tell you, is your spoken English and the way you write English. And to learn that you don't write English the way you talk English. You write it so that when a third party comes to read it, they will not say, oh, go and call him. Let me ask. I don't understand what he's reading here. That is one major challenge that I've seen with a lot of people from Africa. The ability to communicate their words, type down their words without you needing to call them to come and explain.
Okay. So the different level, is it to promote defense in depth?
Oh, so defense in depth. I wanted to talk about it when you showed your first slide. That was before I came up. And you're talking about, okay, do you want to be, somebody said, oh, I like data protection. You see, defense in depth, it's just like, let's say Dr. Annie has diamond in her house that is worth $1 million. That diamond will be in a safe. That safe will be in her cupboard. Then she'll tell her kids, don't tell anybody. Then she would have an alarm in her house. Then she'll have a gun. You see, all that are different types of security, including telling her kids, don't talk, don't tell people, don't share your information on social media. These are different levels of security over just one diamond. Yeah. So that is what defense in depth is. It means different layers of security over. There is no asset that only has just one security. You have different ones.
Okay. Okay. So there's a question here around the class that says, if I cannot join the May class because I'm just hearing about it, when next is your class, please? Because he's interested.
I wouldn't know. My class takes 6 weeks. After the 6 weeks, I still spend another 2 weeks calling. Have you started applying? Have you written your resume? Can I interview you? Because I'll first of all interview you. You have to pass my interview before going to the market. So, and I have to do all that before I even think about onboarding any other person.
So can you give practical example of how I can be one with my accounting background? That this is for someone that has an accounting background.
That's a good background because most of the time before the company does their account statement, not account statement, their end of the year accounting record or end of the month, you see, if the system, if the security controls around the system you are using as an accountant to work, if the security around it is not sound, then you are typing rubbish. You can be typing 10 and it is showing 100 at the back end, but you are seeing 10, but somewhere at the back, somebody is manipulating the data. So if we information security people don't come and check who has access to this application, who are the people on this application? The people on this application, do they have complex password? Does this application, does it still go through vendor updates? If there are vulnerabilities, is it patch? We need to do all that before you are sure of whatever you are typing in accounting. So we work hand in hand with the accounting departments.
Okay. So for this training that you're doing, someone is asking, will I be job ready after 6 weeks of training?
That is, that's not a question I can answer for you. You will learn everything you need, but how you grab information, the kind of distraction that comes to you during the class, I don't have control over that. But I've had people get a job even before the end of the class. I mean, you don't need to finish the class to start applying for a job. But the potential, the tendency of each person, I cannot speak to it because adults get distracted by many things.
That's true. So what makes your training different from others, and any help or guidance on the job hunting after the training?
Jolade, can you talk about how my training is different? She just completed my class.
Okay.
Jolade, are you there?
Yeah, sure. That's I didn't prepare for this. Hello, everyone. My name is Jolade. I live in Canada, and thank you, Dr. Precious, for the opportunity. We're not minimizing words or even thinking with the knots. What makes this training different? Please talk to your dad. I'm coming. What makes its training different is that you understand. It makes it very simple, very applicable. Now, I'm talking from someone who has a biology background, who has also done a program, paid thousands of dollars on programming courses, gone to colleges, even attempted the cybersecurity study on our own. I also work as an IT person. Yes, the idea of, so my day 9 to 5 is still IT, right? Core IT, yet cybersecurity just felt like something over my head, something I could never comprehend, something I could never understand. But by the third week in his class, I'm good. The only time, I tell myself to study because let it not be like, say, overconfidence enter. That's how much of understanding I have. And I am a busy mom of two. I have adjusted my life to be there. I'm the mom that volunteers at my kids' school, pack lunch for my husband to work. I'm that kind of person. And I still have a side gig. So I'm very busy. That's what I want to, that's the picture I'm trying to create. Yet I'm not afraid. If anything, just like the last question, if I didn't get a job, it's my fault. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's not in the understanding of the course. Yeah, so
Thank you.
thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Jolade.
You're
Jolade
welcome.
was in my last class a week. I think we rounded up like a week or 2 weeks ago. But quickly, let me allow Yemi to also say something because I see both of them here. Yemi, are you there?
Oh yeah, hi. I'm here. Hi everyone. Yeah, Pastor P, thank you for this opportunity. I guess it's just like a refresher again to me, like I'm familiar with the slide you used, and just to speak more on what Jolade has said, because we're actually from the same course, right? It's I like his style because it makes it very simple. It makes it, as long as, the way I say, like, as long as you understand. As a matter of fact, cybersecurity is something, if you're from Nigeria, I think you definitely have an idea of it, because it's like your everyday thing. It's the same thing. It's what you do, like maybe like your phone, like, oh, making sure you're going, when you're going out. Oh, hey, who was the last one that came out? Did you lock the door? Yes, daddy. Are you sure? Well, go check it. Let me see. Turn the, it's just security measures. Like, especially when you grow up from Nigeria, you have to be security conscious. So I'm coming from an IT background, and I'm actually coming from a GRC field, exactly. So me coming on board his class and learning everything was saying in class is something I'm already familiar with, but then with his own style, it makes me see from a different perspective, which is information security, and how in depth you can actually look at stuff and not overthink it. I think my issue is I'm always overthinking it, like, oh, and when I tell Pastor Precious about it, we're like, you guys are just overthinking it. It's not that serious. Something it's just like it's something you've always been overlooking, like, oh, okay, something like this exists. Oh, okay. Somebody has a career in something like that. Oh, really? Oh, wow, like that. So if you come on board this team, you just have to do the work. You have to be open-minded and do your work, do your own part. Like study, read, leverage on different AI platforms that we have, ChatGPT, Gemini, Meta AI, and you can just do all that, and you can ask them any question and say, okay, the keyword is to a non-technical audience. If you can put that in your prompts, it will be telling you, I'm giving you, do you still want me to tell you more? Do you need another example? Or
Yemi, thank
stuff like
you.
All right. So yes, I was going
yeah,
to
so
stop here
my bad.
right
Yeah,
there,
my
but
bad. I'm taking too much of the time. Yeah, so I can give other people opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
yeah. So I want to say that as Agile Disciples, right, we're coaching partnerships. We work with people who are trusted in the field. I just want to lay that down there. So, and then when we bring in our guests, we have had previous conversations with them. We have asked them, told them that this is a not-for-profit, and our people need some reduction of something, right? So, so if you're interested, right, I encourage you to also follow up with Dr. Precious on his LinkedIn page. But the offer we have here today, Dr. Anna is going to share more on that. And if you're interested, just follow up or reach out to us and we'll get you linked with Dr. Precious.
Yeah, so for the class, the next class that he starts in, he usually charges $2,800. That's $2,800 for his training, but for just everyone here today, he's giving a $1,000 discount. So if you sign up and if you're here today and you want to sign up, it's going to be $1,800 for you. So he's going to be sharing how you can reach out to him, like Dr. Chichi said. You can reach out to him on LinkedIn, but if you're going to be signing up, I will encourage you to do that now. Like reach out to him, maybe give him your email or a way he can contact you, because this discount is just for people that show up here today for this event. He's just doing it for us here for our audience, and we really appreciate that a lot because that's a very big discount. Okay, so that also answers the question from D that says any further discount or payment plan. For payment plan, I think you have to reach out to him and he will be able to arrange that with you. We don't get involved in any of that. We're just here to help promote his next event. So he will be able to answer that question.
So I just dropped my email in the chat, precious@aridzale.com.
Okay, so we still have a few minutes to
I don't
round
see
this
that
session.
email. I don't see your email in the chat.
Yes, we don't see your email.
I'm gonna send it now.
And your LinkedIn as well, please.
Okay. Yeah, I just dropped that.
Okay. Then we have some questions. One question is saying, how is cybersecurity connected with ServiceNow?
ServiceNow is just a tool, the repository tool. It's a change management tool. It's just a tool.
Okay. What time and day of the week?
It does more than cybersecurity.
Right.
Yeah, it does much
So
more.
it's something that you use as a cybersecurity, depending on whatever role you're doing.
We don't use
So
it. If I want to see a copy of our policy and it is saved in ServiceNow, I can go and pull it from there. If I want to upload the reports of my testing, my work, I can upload it in ServiceNow. If I want to see what Dr. Ann tested last year, there's a section of ServiceNow. So we just go there to pull documents and upload documents.
okay. So what time and day of the week does a training class happen? Because people are currently working.
Yes, I see that. So it's on Saturday, 7 a.m. CST. I'm typing it and putting it in the chat. To 11 a.m. CST, 6 Saturdays.
Okay. So what is really the job market like in the US? For same tech jobs are tough to get into now. So someone is asking for advice around this. And then let me just quickly add this one so you can answer the two in one. Is the program beginner friendly, like for someone who is not tech savvy or have no tech background?
I'll answer the second one first. The program is for those that don't have tech background. I read biology. I don't have tech background. Don't look at, of course, Yemi and Jolade are referring to their tech background to tell you how I'm able to make them understand it from another angle. They were the only two who take that background from a class of maybe about 7 or 8 of them. So you do not need tech background for it at all. About the job market in the US. Job market in the US fluctuates. There might not be as many jobs out there in March, April, May, it does not mean that the thing doesn't pick up in June. So you don't learn a skill because job market is down for 1 or 2 months. You learn a skill remains with you forever. I mean, I've had friends that have been doing this thing for the past 20 years. They've moved through different organizations. So people are getting offers every day. Jobs are out there. Because of a lot of the policies of Trump, companies can be holding back maybe in February, March because of the way the thing is hitting them, but you don't say you don't learn a skill because they are holding back. They will still open up. By the time they open up, you have a skill to get in. So that's how I see it. I don't know how you see it.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Precious. I think that's the last question I can see. Okay, we have one. How do I build my resume not having a tech background, requesting for 2 to 3 years experience? I think for this question, you can reach out to Dr. Precious. He has dropped his email there and he will be able to respond to that
Thank you.
offline. Okay. So any other question that you have while we round up this section for today? Okay. So let me share my screen. And then we are just going to go back to the slide. Dr. Precious, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. So for Agile Disciples, we do have monthly events. For our next month, this is what we're going to be doing. We are talking about surcharging your productivity at work with Gen AI. One of our coaches is going to be facilitating this. She will be the host, Coach Florence, and she will be a co-speaker with Triumphant Paul. And I'm just going to pause here for a few minutes for her to throw some light on this. So this will be May 31st, this year. And these are all the things they're going to be talking about: understanding Gen AI for productivity, expert-led practical demos, and interactive Q&A section. So Coach Florence, are you able to just say something for a minute about this event?
All right. Good evening, everyone. This is a session you don't want to miss. Is later this month, and it's going to be very hands-on. We all know that every single industry is using AI, but this is really going to be how you can leave the session and be able to apply it to be more effective. So make sure to, save the date and be a part of it.
Thank you. And then we also have our social media platforms. So we are on LinkedIn. We are also on Twitter. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. So if you go on YouTube, these are all our social media handles. If you go on any of this, if you go on YouTube, you see all our recorded sections. This recording will also be there. We do have this event every month, and we bring in people that just give back to the community, just like Dr. Precious did today. So we look forward to having you here with us in our section May 31st. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.